This week on NEWSCENTER.
In Radnor, with Michaela Connolly and Charlotte Dow.
Movie review.
Eric Gray.
Food critic.
Winston Hamill.
Get up close and personal with
Victoria David.
and get wound up.
With Sean Patney and Scott Susannon.
Get cooking.
With Sarah Glancy and Chelsea Connolly. With sports, Jackie Calamaro.
This weekend
On NEWSCENTER.
Hello, and welcome to NEWSCENTER for the week of December 8th. I'm Kat Stute.
And I'm Drew Calamaro. Topping the Radnor beat this week, the Radnor Educational Foundation's annual fundraiser this year is a Jackpot Casino Night, this to be held Friday, February 20th, 7:30 p.m., midnight at the Crown Plaza, King of Prussia. To help involve the school community and showcase student talent, REF held a contest for the cover of Casino Night Invitation. Jennifer Gubernick, a junior at Radnor High School, was announced the winner. Other participants included Kim Boggart, Winston Hamill, Pearl Sambunsung, and Ben Yeager. Each contributor will have their artwork displayed at the fundraising event, and Gubernick's will be on the cover of the REF invitation. Watch your January 09 email to see the winning illustration and get ready to send in your RSVP for a great night of fun.
Dr. Gerald L. Dvorak, the Pennsylvania Secretary of Education, visited Radnor Middle School on December 5th at the invitation of Principal Anthony Stevenson. Radnor Middle School celebrated Education Week all week, which culminated Friday with a forum on education topics in which Dr. Dvorak participated. The other days of the week were dedicated to honoring and recognizing various Radnor Middle School community groups who help to educate our children, including substitutes, support professionals, parents, and teachers. Dr. Dvorak was welcomed by student council representatives and administration before being taken on a tour of the eco-friendly middle school, which opened this year.
We now go to Sean Scott with Political Windup.
Thank you, Drew and Kat.
Hi, welcome to Political Windup. I'm Scott Susannon.
And I'm Sean Paddy, and today's topic is Obama won, Obama won, Obama won! And he won by a huge margin in both the popular vote and the electoral vote. Paul McCain.
Yeah, Sean, but he better keep all the promises that he's made.
He will, and not only did he accomplish a historic win, but he's preparing his White House team at a fast and historic pace.
Yeah, like making Hillary Clinton the Secretary of State.
Exactly. And so he established his transition team and economic team, which is very important.
He's also met Bush to discuss the current dilemmas and get information on Al-Qaeda.
Right. Obama's got a huge burden. An economy in recession, strained foreign relations, Iraq war, healthcare, preventing a depression. But I'm not too worried. Judging by his preparation for the White House, he has solutions for all these problems. And I believe in him. Yes, we can.
I believe you, Sean, but I must say, I think Obama can save the United States of America.
That's the right way to think, Scott. You know, I don't think we're that different.
Yeah.
And I'm Sean Patney.
Well, I'm Scott Susannon.
And you've been wound up.
Thanks, guys. Farmers in southern Japan have figured out how to grow their watermelons so they turn out square. A fat, round watermelon can take up a lot of room in a refrigerator, and the usually round fruit often sits awkwardly on refrigerator shelves. But clever Japanese farmers have solved this dilemma by forcing their watermelons to grow into a square shape. Farmers insert the melons into square, tempered glass cases while the fruit is still growing on the vine. The square boxes are the exact dimensions of Japanese refrigerators, allowing full-grown watermelons to fit conveniently and precisely onto refrigerator shelves. What a great gift idea, right? Well, each square watermelon costs 10,000 yen, or $82. So I don't think square watermelons will be showing up in American grocery stores anytime soon. But if you surf the net, you'll find several sites which give you step-by-step instructions on how to grow your square fruit.
Well, don't you be a square and turn that channel.
Because when we return...
Do you want to know where to get some great Korean food downtown? Listen up and you'll know where to go.
I review some great flicks to see as the holidays approach.
And meet the man with a heart as big as his brain.
Hello, I'm a smartboard.
And I'm a chalkboard.
Hey, chalkboard, what you doing?
Oh, you know, just clapping erasers after a hard day of teaching. You know how it is.
No, I haven't used erasers in years.
Oh, that's right. You have your fancy interactive pens.
And handheld responders.
Oh, I'm smartboard. I'm visually engaging. I motivate learners and I'm so easy to use.
You're right there, chalkboard.
It's just hard to prepare these kids into the world of technology without the proper tools. You know what I mean?
No, not really.
Imagine the impact.
With your contributions, Radnor's goal of integrating 21st century skills in content area instruction is attainable. The integration of electronic whiteboards, called smartboards, in every Radnor classroom is necessary in order to maintain Radnor's academic excellence.
How can I?
How can I?
How can I?
How can I?
How can I get a job without the skills of the 21st century?
How can I achieve my fullest potential?
How can I prepare my students for the world of technology without the proper tools?
We can't. Not without your help.
I still think we're pretty much the same. I mean, we're both boards. I just happen to be chalk and you happen to be...
Smart.
Why do you have to be so...
Smart?
Stop that! Stop being so...
Smart.
How do you do that?
How do I continue to be so smart?
Alright guys, so obviously the square root of 400 is going to end up being 20. Understand?
Wow, that was a great lesson. Especially since we had a smartboard. It's a shame that not all the teachers have them.
Hi, Mrs. Anderson. Hi, Roy. Hi, Yuki. How are you? What can I do for you?
May I use a laptop?
Fellas, I'm sorry. I only have one left. How about if we flip a coin for it?
Okay. It's tails. Gee willikers, I lost.
Imagine the impact if there were more laptops.
Welcome back to News Center.
We now go to the other Calamero, Jackie the Squid, with sports. Squidward?
Thanks, Jackie's little brother. This past weekend, boys basketball won on Saturday after a defeat only by 6 points against Devon Prep. Also, Tucker Cunningham came in first at the track meet in hurdles. Great job, guys. On Friday the 12th, boys basketball will be away at 6 o'clock against Harridan, and on Tuesday the 16th, they will be away again at 6 o'clock against Marple Newtown. Girls basketball is also playing. The JV will be home on Friday with a game against Harridan at 3:45, and the varsity will be away on Saturday, the 13th, at the Hoops for Hope tournament at Cabrini College against Harridan. Then Tuesday the 16th, the girls will be home at 6 o'clock against Marple Newtown. Saturday the 13th, JV wrestling will be away at a JV tournament, and Wednesday, both teams will be away at LM, with the JV starting at 6 o'clock. Boys and girls swimming will both have meets on Monday the 15th against Marple Newtown, and will both be away on Wednesday the 17th at Springfield, Monaco. Saturday the 13th, boys indoor track will be away at Haverford College beginning at 8 a.m., and the girls indoor track will be away at Ursinus College on Monday the 15th at 4:30. If you would like your sports accomplishments announced on Radnor TV, email us at stories@radnortv.com. I'm Jackie the Squid Calamero, and have a great weekend.
Thanks, Jackie. Every year, the Radnor Township School Board holds a reorganization meeting in December, where a new board leadership is elected. Steve Gerber and Greg McNicholas emerged this year as the new president and vice president in a board vote on Tuesday, December 2nd. Gerber and McNicholas came onto the board in November and have worked intensely on various committees and projects since. Gerber is the chairman of the policy committee, which has revamped almost all the board policies in the past year. He is the vice chairman of the facilities committee, which McNicholas also served on. McNicholas is the vice chair of the finance committee and has been a member of the strategic planning core team. Both serve, as do all board members, on the personal committee. We now go to Winston with this week's restaurant review. Winston?
This week I ventured downtown to dine at Miran, a cozy Korean eatery located on 2034 Chestnut Street. Miran packs a powerful punch with delicious, affordable food and a warm, homey atmosphere. Before your entree arrives, banchan, which are basically Korean tapas, arrive at your table. They include kimchi, which is basically spicy fermented cabbage, dried fish, spicy potatoes, and gongnamul, which are boiled and seasoned soybean sprouts. Along with being very tasty, banchan come with your meal free of charge. For my entree, I had a wonderfully meaty hot pot, which included pork, sausage, and tofu, along with noodles, rice, and a spicy broth. I would definitely recommend dining at Miran, as it is seemingly authentic. Most of the patrons were Korean expats, and the food is hot, spicy, and delicious. Be warned though, Miran is very popular, so get there early. Back to you.
Thanks, Winston. You know the holidays are fast approaching when that jolly old elf comes to Radnor Middle School for breakfast. The RHS Scholarship Fund is a perennial favorite, featuring gingerbread and candy house contests, face painting, cookie decorating, and the ever-popular secret holiday shop, where children can experience the joy of choosing gifts for others. All gifts are priced under $10. Of course, the main draw is getting FaceTime with Santa and enjoying a full breakfast that includes eggs, bacon, sausage, French toast, and pancakes. Santa will be making an appearance on Saturday, December 13th from 8:30 to 11 a.m. in the Radnor Middle School cafeteria. The cost is $3 per child and $6 per adult, with all proceeds benefiting at Radnor High School's Scholarship Fund.
We now go up close and personal with Victoria David. Victoria?
He's one of Radnor's math teachers, but he has a heart as big as his brain. This week, I had a chance to get up close and personal with Mr. McBride. Every year, he directs an event called Gift from the Heart that benefits needy children this holiday season. Let's take a look.
1 week since you looked at me, cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry.
If you could play anyone in a movie, who would you pick and why?
It'd have to be Herman Munster, because we look so much alike.
If you could be married to any celebrity, who would you pick and why?
I have a wife, and it was really hard to get one, so I'll probably stick with that.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Cell phones in the classroom.
What is one thing about you that no one else knows?
I'm a mold spore, and I grew in a lab. I'm not actually born.
How long have you had your beard, and when did you get it?
I grew my beard as a senior in high school after basketball season, and I've had it ever since.
Would you ever consider shaving it?
Actually, Governor Rendell pays me to cover my face because it's so hideous, but I did have to shave it a couple years ago when the basketball team went to the state tournament.
What are your hopes for this year's basketball season?
Certainly win. We would like to go to the playoffs this year. We moved up to the big school league, so we have a lot of work.
Who are your all-star players?
Well, John Coleman and Corey Dunson are the two returning starters, and then we have a whole slew of guys, Arjun Kumar, Andrew Perot, Martin Howard, Kern Riak and Kyle Hammonds are kind of filling in around and fighting for playing time with a bunch of other guys.
Did you always want to be a math teacher?
Yes, when I was a senior in high school, I did a senior project and I taught math at Wayne Elementary School.
What is Gifts from the Heart, and why did you choose to do it?
Gift from the Heart is a program where we can give holiday gifts to people who otherwise would not get any. And I've been doing this at Radnor, I think this is 17th year. And basically, this year's kind of a new program. You can get a gift for somebody. We're really looking, if you're getting a gift, if you could get something for a teenage person, because most people don't like to buy gifts for teenagers. They like to buy little stuffed animals for kids. But then I'd have to rip the head off of it and throw it out anyway. So we're trying to get gifts for high schoolers, or we're trying to collect gift cards to Walmart, Kmart, Target, Toys R Us, and try to give a parent a chance to go out and actually shop for their child and feel part of the process. And that's sort of a new trend this year that we're trying.
Other than Gifts from the Heart, is there anything else that you're doing this holiday season?
We play basketball every day but Christmas.
And last but not least, would you let me cross the yellow line?
Yes, but then I'd have to kill you.
I'm Victoria David, and this was Up Close and Personal.
Thanks, Victoria. It's a perfect partnership. In these days of shrinking budgets and belt-tightening, the Radnor Educational Foundation is supporting technology at Radnor Township School District through business and community participation. Over a couple of years, Radnor received 2 Pennsylvania Department of Education Classrooms for the Future grants, totaling nearly $500,000 to create 21st century classrooms in social studies and English at the high school. The funds given to the school fall short of the amount needed to equip the 18 classrooms with Promethean electronic whiteboards, teacher and student laptops, and LCD projectors. The REF approved a grant for $10,780, which will resolve the shortfall. Why is technology in the school so important? In a Microsoft IntelliQuest poll, 89% of parents believe computer skills are important to educational success. Computer skills are important to getting good grades in school and may help students earn higher salaries in future jobs. Technology also helps each child learn at his or her own pace and helps create a student creativity. And last, but certainly not least, we go to Eric Green with his movie review. Eric?
The weather is getting chilly, the holidays are approaching, and the smell of popcorn is in the air. The aroma of popcorn isn't used to describe the beginning of December, but this time of year brings some of the most compelling movies of the year, some of which will be must-sees come Oscar time. The Thanksgiving holiday is the official start of this season, but it's never too late to review some of the first movies. Although it was released before Thanksgiving, Quantum of Solace was the first big holiday action flick to hit the screen. Coming in as the 22nd James Bond movie, Quantum of Solace was another entertaining, fast-paced thrill ride with Daniel Craig, the relatively new James Bond. His assignment is to take down Dominic Green, a ruthless businessman and major force of the mysterious criminal organization known only as Quantum. Sooner than later, Bond realizes that Green's associates were responsible for the death of Vesper, his previous love, which urges Bond to hunt down the members of Quantum. If you think of your quintessential action flick, this movie has it all. Many action sequences, good-looking women, environments from all over the world. This movie took us to Australia, Italy, South America, and the tropics. And a too-confusing plotline. For this, I highly suggest watching Casino Royale before you go out and see Quantum. However, it is not your average Bond franchise film. There are no gadgets, extra evil bad guys, or well-developed Bond girls. This new Bond chapter just lacks the charm of the other 007 flicks. It reminded me more of the Bourne Identity series, or the Bourne series. This movie is a 3-star worthy action film, but I give this only 2.5 stars out of 4 for not enough Bond-ing. Next, let's examine the new romantic epic Australia, starring Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman. Set in northern Australia before World War II, an English aristocrat, Nicole Kidman, who inherits a sprawling ranch, reluctantly packs with a stockman, who is played by Hugh Jackman, to protect her new property from theft and evil outlaws. As the pair drive 2,000 head of cattle over the unforgiving outback, they must conquer outlaws, Japanese troops, and other forces that threaten their lives and their adopted Aborigine son. The cinematography in this movie is beautiful, which reminded me of the breathtaking shots from Titanic. Also, Kidman and Jackman had wonderful chemistry on screen, both romantic and comical. Unfortunately, this movie is too typical and clocks in at almost 3 hours long. There are many scenes that are unnecessary for the progression of the story, and it is very predictable, but it is still fun and a great romantic epic. I grant this movie 3 stars out of 4. Finally, you should all rush and see Slumdog Millionaire, arguably the best motion picture out right now. It is the story of Jamal Malik, an 18-year-old orphan from the slums of Mumbai, previously named Bombay, who is just one question away from winning a staggering 20 million rupees on India's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But when the show breaks for the night, he's arrested on suspicion of cheating. How could a street kid know so much? Desperate to prove his innocence, Jamal tells the story of his life in the slum where he and his brother grew up, of their adventures together on the road, of vicious encounters with local gangs, and of Latika, the girl he loves. This film has it all: a phenomenal, heartfelt story, innovative directing, superb editing, which is the best I've seen this year, and noteworthy acting. It artfully depicts significant themes, including our ability to overcome adversity and the importance of resilience. I honestly have no criticism for this film. It's truly that good. I'm sure that this movie will be a contender in the Oscars, so be sure to see it soon. That's all this week. I'm Eric Green saying so long, farewell, and cut.
That about wraps it up for this week's edition of News Center. Unfortunately, I'm Jackie's little brother.
And I'm Kat Stute. For Eric, Winston, Sean and Scott, Victoria, and Drew's older sister, have a great weekend and an even better week.
This is the next century, where the universal's free. You can find it anywhere. Yes, the future's been sold. Every night we're gone, and to karaoke songs. How we like to sing along, though the words are wrong. It really, really, really could happen. Yes, it really, really, really could happen. When the days they seem to fall through, you will just...
Hello, I'm a smartboard.
And I'm a chalkboard.
Hey, chalkboard, what you doing?
Oh, you know, just clapping erasers after a hard day of teaching. You know how it is.
No, I haven't used erasers in years.
Oh, that's right. You have your fancy interactive pens.
And handheld responders.
Oh, I'm Smartboard. I'm visually engaging. I motivate learners, and I'm so easy to use.
You're right there, chalkboard.
It's just hard to prepare these kids into the world of technology without the proper tools. You know what I mean.
No, not really.
With your contributions, Radnor's goal of integrating 21st century skills in content area instruction is attainable. The integration of electronic whiteboards, called smartboards, in every Radnor classroom is necessary in order to maintain Radnor's academic excellence.
How can I?
How can I? How can I?
How can I? How can I get a job without the skills of the 21st century?
How can I achieve my fullest potential?
How can I prepare my students for the world of technology without the proper tools?
We can't. Not without your help.
I still think we're pretty much the same. I mean, we're both boards. I just happen to be chalk and you happen to be...
Smart.
Why do you have to be so...
Smart?
Stop that! Stop being so...
Smart.
How do you do that?
How do I continue to be so smart?
Alright guys, so obviously the square root of 400 is going to end up being 20. Understand?
Wow, that was a great lesson, especially since we had a smartboard. It's a shame that not all teachers have them.
Hi, Mrs. Anderson. Hi, Roy. Hi, Yuki. How are you? What can I do for you?
May I use a laptop?
Fellas, I'm sorry. I only have one left. How about if we flip a coin for it?
Okay. It's tails. Gee willikers, I lost.
Imagine the impact if there were more laptops.